Mr. Chair, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, since the adaptation of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction in 2015, the world has continued to see humanitarian suffering caused by conflict and crisis. Today's crises last longer and are more complex, and we need to focus the approach to response and disaster preparedness in a different world. We need to shift from managing disasters to managing risks. The Sendai Framework deals with man-made hazards, also technological hazards, but it does not cover conflict. The Agenda of Humanity, which guided the agenda for the World Humanitarian Summit, which took place in Istanbul last year, makes a significant contribution to fill this gap. It highlights the need to move from delivering aid to ending humanitarian needs. This is in line with the UN Secretary General's priority on conflict prevention. And we, in this framework, continue to explore the nexus between climate change, disaster caused by natural hazards, conflicts, and fragility. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the gains made as a result of the effort of the OCHA Framework for Action, the number of people targeted by international humanitarian assistance has almost doubled over the last 12 years to a staggering 70 million every year. This call for us to be better prepared to anticipate and manage the risk instead of having to address the consequences of not doing so. The UN Secretary General has called for us to focus on a new way of working to bridge the divide between humanitarian aid and development actors and to collaborate to deliver better results for the people caught up in these crises. The famine crisis in the Horn of Africa is a situation that shows the linkage between drought, ongoing conflicts, fragility, and government issues. Therefore, we need to promote a common risk analysis and work together to prevent and prepare for potential disasters before they face us. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we recognize the insecurity and the protracted crisis in the world continues to hinder progress toward achieving the target on disaster risk reductions. Or to put it simply, conflicts destroy lives and derail developments. We call on all member states and intergovernmental regional bodies to support countries suffering from high insecurity, to focus on political decisions and to operational means to bring an end to the situation that drives people from their homes and destroy livelihoods. OCHA, the Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, is looking beyond the traditional partners in providing humanitarian assistance. The complexity of today's emergencies requires us to re-examine how we operate and how we collectively respond. We need to integrate the response at international, regional, and local level and include all partners, both response and preparedness, to come up with a stronger force that are able to deliver assistance to the many millions in need. Finally, our four priority areas are the following: commitment to support the preparedness for effective response, addressing disaster risk in fragile and conflict-affected states, enhancing national governments' capacity to respond, taking forward the Agenda for Humanity as a contribution to implementing the Sendai Framework and reducing humanitarian costs of disasters. Increasing prevention and preparedness to anticipate and secure resources for recovery needs to be focus of governments at all levels, humanitarian organizations, donors, as well as civil society and private sector. I would finally like to thank you, the Government of Mexico and UN ISDR, for hosting this platform for disaster risk reduction. Thank you very much.